How are you guys?
Hey, fellas.
Are you good?
What's happening?
Mate, we're great because I'll tell you why I'm good, Rat.
What?
The Sat man put us on to Dynasty or Dynasty. We're sort of debating how to say it. Very good.
Dynasty, tomatoes.
Yep.
Same.
10-part episode. It's a doco that I came across. It's on Apple.
Yeah.
And I came across it by accident. Hadn't heard anything about it. It's in my top 3 best docos I've ever seen.
Can I tell you, I'm going to have to sneak this in to watch it. My wife, her sister lives in Buffalo.
They wondered, eh?
Her husband, they're season ticket holders of the Bills. I went up there and went to a Bills game. They are that mad. And my wife has become that tragic, and the Patriots are their sworn
enemies. Yeah.
And mate, if I watch this in my house and she catches me, I'll be in the spare room.
Wow.
There'll be no fun for the Rat for some time.
Wow.
I'd have to sneak that in. I'll be very, very careful.
Wow.
Very careful.
What do you? It's a good. I've only seen the first episode, Sats, and it's just fascinating. This whole Tom Brady story and the belief that he has. This is a bloke who he doesn't look overly athletic. Well, he's not
Not at the start.
No. But he just believes himself. And Drew Bledsoe, who was the man,
Yep.
you don't see often that in life where someone gets backed in and then all of a sudden, I won't say this is any comparison, but I kind of thought for a moment that, like a Daniel Atkinson could have earned his spot this year, or I don't know if there's many other stories like that, but geez, it was fascinating just to understand his mindset.
And also, the best part that comes out of it is it's so raw and honest. It's how Tom Brady and Bill Belichick, Bill Belichick is one of the most boring men in the history of life.
Yeah.
And I read his book, actually. It's a good book, but it's boring.
If you want to go to sleep.
But in saying that, 20 years, and they very rarely spoke to each other, never went over each other's house for a barbecue, dinner, whatever it may be. So Robert Kraft, the owner, he's the genius. He's the one that's been able to keep them together for 20 years and win 6 rings. Hey, it's interesting listening to all the Patriots players. And one line that I take out of the whole 10 episodes is, I think it's Amendola. I think he says, "We worked for Bill, but we played for Tom."
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Well, you know what's crazy? When they got beat by Philadelphia in the Super Bowl, all the Philadelphia players were giving them a hard time because they reckon that the Patriots, none of them enjoyed playing for the Patriots. They enjoyed winning when they won the big one, but their week to week was tough and it was a grind and there was not much fun. Did you see Baker Mayfield come out?
Yes.
And give it to Tom Brady, and then Tom Brady just absolutely smashed him. But I think, I honestly believe, what both of them said was right. Baker, when you want to play, you want to enjoy it.
Baker Mayfield said that I brought the fun back into footy at Tampa Bay.
Yeah.
And
Tom said, if I wanted fun, I would have taken my kids to Disneyland. I thought fun was winning Super Bowls. I thought stressful was not winning Super Bowls. So, it's pretty bad. Talking about championships, how's your golf game going, Shug? Have you been working on it? How are those new clubs of yours?
Mate, they haven't landed yet, but they'll be landing very, very shortly. And
what brand are we talking?
Ping.
Paid for or sponsored?
Paid for, but...
Oh,
paid for.
Can I just say,
Yep.
I was just at Big W the other day, and Sats's man tapped me on the shoulder. He's donated some prizes to my golf day that I do, and he said, "Oh, mate, Sats, his new clubs." Sats was like, "I don't want anything from you, mate. I don't want anything." Anyway, he goes, "Yeah, Sats, his new clubs. I'll be arriving next week." He'll be excited. So he's pulled the right rein.
Oh yeah, I'm playing with your man Gad actually on Monday.
Yeah, nice one.
So looking forward to that. Haven't played for a while, but once I get these clubs, I'm ripping into it.
Just don't try to replicate his swing, all right? It's a bit of a different one.
It is a bit different. Yeah, it's a different swing.
Hey,
in what sense?
They don't draw pictures how the ball gets there.
Yeah,
No, it's very it's a little Charles Barkley-ish.
Yeah.
If you could, I mean, it's not that pronounced, but it's a bit out there.
Because it's a bit misleading because you watch him have a couple of shots early, and he's off 10, and you go, this bloke's not off 10, but mate, he gets the job done.
Yeah.
He gets the job done.
I went to Bali. I just come back from Bali last night. And can you ever remember that Seinfeld episode when Elaine goes to get a pedicure done and the Vietnamese ladies are talking over top of it in their language? She doesn't know what they're saying.
Yes.
And George's dad goes and
the Vietnam vet
and translates. Yeah. So my wife and I were having massages in the same room, and the masseuses were talking
in Balinese,
Indonesian over the top of us. I was going, what are they talking about? Are they talking about us? Are they talking about us? And so it took me back to Seinfeld. So I started remembering some of the words they were saying. So when I got out, I looked at the translator, and my masseuse was saying to her masseuse, "He big boy." He big boy.
So before or after she rolled you over?
Give yourself a wrap.
I think she's saying I was fat.
I told you the story. I don't know if I told you boys the story. I certainly said it on an air. So I was getting a haircut down the road, and a couple of Muslim boys, they're great fellas, great fellas. And this little blonde kid comes walking in, and they're speaking their native tongue and jabbering away. And this
Arabic?
This 22-year-old blonde kid starts chiming into the conversation, which is not, you don't often see that. I think he grew up in Israel or somewhere like that.
Okay.
And just knocked their socks off.
Yeah, right.
And then he joined in. Now, I don't know what the three of them are talking about, but I reckon that would have caught a few out. What about, boys, this Super League Grand Final where Bevan French starred for Wigan? What'd you make of that?
Yeah, it's a perfect comp for Bevan French. He loved to play that freestyle sort of rugby league where defence isn't sort of one of the major components. He was out. It's the perfect comp for him.
But a lot of people are saying, could he come back? I think he could have stayed. I don't think he ever really had to go, did he? I think he just got a better deal to go over there. And
he found a position over there. Who here he was sort of playing a bit of everywhere.
I think he could come back, but why would you? He's over there winning.
I know.
Rob Burrows' medal. He's won the Man of Steel. He's winning premierships.
It's sort of been the way. It's been once upon a time, wasn't it, guys? You'd go over there to sort of get a superannuation fund. Like you go over in your 30s. A lot of players are going over there now and they're sort of 22, 23, rediscover their career and then become like a possible commodity for a club. Like a Jai Field, for example, he wasn't getting a run here.
No.
Goes over there and kills it. And all of a sudden NRL clubs go, well, he's matured now. He might be a chance back here.
You know what I think it is too, Shug? I think it's... You know when you play in an area and people just form an opinion, whether they're right or wrong, they've formed the opinion and you need to get away from it.
Yep.
You need to escape it. And, I say that to a lot of young players. You've got to get out of the area where you've been playing for the last 5 years. Every coach has got an opinion.
Yep.
You want to get out of there, get under someone who's got fresh set of eyes,
Blank
watch
canvas.
you play, and just, be judged on, what you're doing, not what you've done in the past based on, the opinion of some bloke who... he won't pick you. It's tough. But, the Super League it's been a great sort of, I guess, landing spot for Bevan. He's absolutely killing it.
That's why the Rat every 2 years does a new reality TV program.
Exactly. Hey, Missile, we, Rat and I, on the show tonight, we've got Ali Day, who just won his 10th Coolangatta Gold.
Oh, yeah.
Now,
never beaten.
Talking about his hardest discipline, and I thought he was going to say the ski or the paddle, the swim, and he said, no, it's reading the surf. And so for you yourself, like, did you venture in any of that sort of Ironman competing at all, or did you try?
I never did. No? I never did, but I know a lot of those Ironman boys used to train up with Dennis Cotterill.
Yes.
On the Gold Coast, when Hacky was there. Even the guys my age were still training with Dennis. He since has moved to China full time to train the likes of Sun Yang.
Oh,
yeah.
Dennis has.
Yeah,
Dennis Cotterill. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, he was doing the double agent thing for a little bit, where he was on the Australian swim team giving tips to Sun Yang on the side.
Wow.
Yeah, it was a bit controversial.
Gee.
How would you go on the Missile against those guys in the surf? How would you go? Like, would you still not without giving yourself a rap? Would you still power past a lot of those guys?
Oh, good question. I mean, it would depend on the conditions quite heavily, I'd say.
Yeah.
Like, if there was a big swell, they'd probably dust me up. If it was a bit of a lake, then I think I'd fare pretty well.
Yeah, nice.
Guys like Kai Hurst switched between the two.
Yep.
So Kai Hurst went to
1500, wasn't he?
he went to the Olympics for the
Olympic
open
swim,
water
marathon
swimmer.
swim.
Yeah. Someone like Grant Hackett would absolutely towel them up because he did a bit of surf club growing up and he's from the Gold Coast.
Well, his brother was a gun, Uncle Toby's Ironman.
Yeah.
I went to school with him.
Remember his brother punched him out when he was on a bit of a tear at one point? Yeah.
Happens between brothers, Missile.
Yeah, it does.
Not as high profile as this one.
My brother used to flog me when I was a kid. He reckons it was the making of me.
The only problem was...
I'm still scratching my head wondering how.
The only problem was Hacky was about 40 at the time and he'd just come out of the casino in his underpants, I think.
Underpants? It was a towel. There was no underpants in sight.
Oh, dear. Gentlemen, actually, I wanted to ask you this, Rat, just on the golf. What do you make of this the Showdown, Live versus PGAs? You got Scheffler, McIlroy, DeChambeau, and who am I missing here, boys?
Dustin Johnson.
No, not
Brooks
Dustin.
Koepka.
Brooks Koepka.
Brooks. I think Brooks and DeChambeau should wear Stormtrooper outfits, and Luke and the other two should be dressed as Luke Skywalker.
Yeah.
It's like the rebellion versus, like the
I love it.
the Galactic Empire.
DeChambeau, Koepka never used to have a rap on DeChambeau as a guy. He was
mate.
for,
No, that's
for a
Brooks.
while there. It was,
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
Brooks. It's not DeChambeau. Brooks hates everyone.
Are you talking about our Brooks? Or
Him and Brooks Koepka. yeah.
Very good.
But it'll be good. It'll be interesting to watch. I tell you, the PGA will be desperate to see their boys win. Like they're just not getting any headway with this negotiations. Their players are blowing up, wanting live players to give money back, and there's no way any of those live players are giving a cent back. No. And just because they missed out, they don't want to. They want them to they want John Rahm to give back his $300 million.
Yeah,
Stick it up your blurter, boys.
Hey, Sats, just getting back to Bali. So that was Woogie's residence. Is
Yep.
that your first foray into Bali?
No, I went over there about for a wedding about 12 years ago and had a good time at Bingan Beach and Ubud, but stayed at Canggu, too busy.
Right.
Crazy.
Okay.
Go back to
It's
Canggu.
crazy over there now, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, all
Hey,
right.
when was the last time you guys went up to Bali? Have you
Never,
guys been
never
up?
been.
I've never been.
Oh, mate, I've been there. I went there a number of times. Last time I was there, it was about sort of 6 or 7 years ago, and you could just see it just changing. And now,
It's crazy.
That's just reckoned. It's like they're like little cities everywhere. It takes you 2 hours to get 20 k's.
Okay.
Yeah, it's hard work.
Okay.
Boys, we've got a question on the text line from the Western Sydney Eagle for all of us. Manscaping question for the fellas. Who else used to give the rubics the shampoo and conditioner treatment, thinking that might just be the 1%er that will get you over the line? I'll put my hand up.
Never.
Yeah, never.
No.
No, not a hair on my body.
Oh, wow.
What's the? I don't get the context of the shampoo and the conditioner treatment.
Just a smell, I guess.
Just thinking the freshness might get you
Oh, okay. Okay.
from second to third or third to a home run.
Sydney.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Must be a Western Sydney
Hey,
thing.
I've got an A grade from Bali.
Oh, yes, please.
People on the baggage carousel that stand with their toes right up against it, waiting for their bag to come round.
100%.
Oh, just stand back and wait.
Oh, that drives me insane. Oh, hey, boys, have you read this text out from 422?
No.
About fellas, the Rats been crusading for Metallica to play the grand final, but I think they'll get more return on investment if they book them to play between the doubleheader in Vegas. Because you think...
1.5 million American for Metallica.
Yeah, if they had Metallica there, any empty seat would be sold.
You say amputee?
Any empty seat.
Oh, empty seat.
Well, I'd be there, but any empty seat would be sold.
Yes.
And it'd be full of Americans, and that's who we're trying to attract.
Yep.
Americans. We don't want to fill it up with Australians and Poms
Yeah.
who love the game. And I think that's a great idea from 422.
I tell you what, I love
smart.
it too. I love it too. Or maybe even get the Eagles to hang around for another week. They're playing at the Sphere. I could cop that. I think Metallica would be better.
Yeah,
But love it.
You do a half an hour set between the second and the third, second and the last. The last two NRL games,
Yep.
and it fills the stadium back up. Because my worry about having 4 games in there is it's a little bit like Magic Round. It's sold out, but it's never full.
Fair.
You know what I mean? Like it's sold out, but is anyone going to sit there for 4 games straight?
Yes.
Not if
in
your
the
team's up
stadium?
first.
Yeah.
Exactly.
True.
You're
Yeah.
out the door.
Yeah.
So
That-
you want to fill that stadium back up. They need a big act in there, and I think they just recorded a record revenue, 780 million. I don't know how much of that's profit. Didn't they say 54 million? Maybe they could throw a little bit at
Work on
a
about
big act.
20%.
I like that. I like that. I really
idea.
like that. Boys, Gutho, what do you make of the Gutho chat? What do you make of the Benny Hunt chat? Do we see some movement into 2025? I know they're all talking about 2026, but do you see something in the midst?
So Gutho,
I don't
is
think
Gutho allowed to negotiate
Now.
for next year?
Well, no, it's 2026, but they said go and find out now.
Okay, yeah, well, that's his manager, Sammy, saying if you can't offer an extended deal and we get something for next year, would you be willing to let him go?
Mate, I think he's played his last game there.
Yeah, I don't think, even though I think
he's
young
on 950.
I think Yongi's going to be a really good fullback for them. And even though fullback may not be his position, you don't want to let guys like Gutho go for the things that he offers offers the team
I get that.
away from the footy field as well. They'll find a position for
$950,000 though. If someone can take half it off their books for it.
But boys, where I find this interesting from the Parramatta point of view is that he's free to negotiate in 2 weeks anyway. So why would you sort of come out with this now for the sake of maybe upsetting Clint Gutherson if you don't truly want to see him go next year? Otherwise, I don't really understand why. What's the hurry to
they're
have?
basically just saying we're not going to make him an offer, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So, no, this is antagonised by club and manager. Well, the manager says we want an extended deal for 2026
they don't know what his value is because they don't know what his role's going to be. They want to move him into a different... So they don't know, so they can't offer him anything. Whereas if he goes somewhere where they know, look, we want you to come here and we want you to play fullback, I guess they can put an offer on the table. And I think St George are pretty keen on it, aren't they? That's a whisper. St George are keen to get him down there.
Well, if that was the case, then it seems logical that do you think, okay, well, Benny Hunt, we'll take Gutho and Benny Hunt, you go back to Queensland if you want to do that. I don't know, but who knows? There's a lot to happen, that is for sure. What else is happening, gents? What else is happening?
On the text line, Lundy says, Sugar, I bet the boys were discussing, this is in the barber shop, boys were discussing how good wildcard round would be in Arabic and also bringing on kickers like NFL and the NRL. What a missed opportunity.
How ridiculous.
So
that's a good idea.
Rat wants kickers, bro. And you being one of the great kickers, Joel, of course, top point scorer of 2000. You don't like the idea of bringing a kicker on an NFL like in the NRL?
No, I like it the other way, where the NFL, you should have to be a legit player to have a kick. But anyway, we're getting somebody speaking in Balinese. What's that? Oh, see you, big boy. We're going to go. Have a good show, lads. We'll catch you later.
Mate.
There we go. The run home with Joel and Fletch with the missile in the chair today. Thanks to the Tucson hybrid by Hyundai, stylish and powerful. Great to have the boys there. And don't forget to catch up on the podcast, Talking Bull with Scotty Sattler. You can listen on the SEN app or wherever you get your good podcasts. A break and back, plenty more.